When Pudul's core slammed into Jianghu County at 12:30 a.m., the wind was a living, screaming force. Gusts near 100 miles per hour ripped apart rooftops, sent signs flying like shrapnel, and turned the streets into rivers of debris. The ocean surged inland. In some fishing villages, the seawater poured through streets like a tidal river, toppling stalls, carrying away scooters, and flooding homes in minutes. Power grids collapsed. By dawn, thousands of homes sat in total darkness with only the wail of sirens and the beam of rescue flashlights cutting through the black. In the mountainous counties of Yongchuan and Huan, saturated hillsides gave way, sending landslides roaring down valleys, burying roads, cutting off villages, and isolating entire communities. In low-lying neighborhoods, the water rose to waist level before sunrise. Rescue boats became the only link between stranded families and the outside world. Further west in Guangdong, the storm dumped 3.5 in of rain in a single hour. Entire intersections disappeared under flood water. More than 75,000 people were forced to evacuate, many carrying nothing but the clothes they wore. Even Hong Kong, still recovering from its heaviest August rain in nearly a century, was hammered again, triggering the city's highest-level black rainstorm warning. Pudul's reach was so wide it paralyzed transportation. More than 200 flights were cancelled. High-speed rail lines were shut down. Ferry routes fell silent as ports closed under red alert. By morning, the storm still hadn't loosened its grip. Rain kept falling, winds kept tearing, and for millions across southern China, the danger was far from over.
现在是2025年的6月20号早上8点钟左右，这里是三江县同乐乡秦甲村彭叶屯啊，那里是彭叶的风雨桥。现在洪水离桥面还有3米左右。今天的水位比昨天上涨了大约1.5米。比昨天的水位更加高啊！我们所站的位置这里，这个水面离1楼还有大约70公分左右。下面这一栋木房，1楼已经是泡在水里面了，2楼的楼板离水面还有大约60公分啊！现在天上还是在下雨，希望下游的兄弟姐妹啊注意安全。
As Pudul raged, rescue teams pushed into the flooded streets. They carried children in their arms, guided the elderly through waist-deep currents, and shouted over the roar of the wind. In blacked-out neighborhoods, families waited in silence, listening to the creak of straining walls and the hammer of rain on the roof, hoping each gust wouldn't be the one to tear their home apart. In Yunnan province, relentless rain triggered a landslide that buried an entire village. 4 people were killed. Dozens more were missing. Survivors told of loved ones lost in seconds. Homes swallowed whole without warning. In every disaster zone, the scene was the same. Neighbors becoming rescuers, risking their own lives to pull strangers to safety. In Ho, 4 people, including children, were blown into the Cayenne River by Pudul's fierce gusts. They clung to a floating log until rescuers could pull them to shore. All survived. Across Fujian and Guangdong, more than 90,000 residents were evacuated from homes now standing in water or lying in the path of landslides. Shelters filled overnight. For many, this was the second or even third evacuation this summer. Their lives uprooted again by an unrelenting season of storms. For those left behind, the future is uncertain. Some homes will never be livable again. Fields are ruined. Roads are gone. And with rain still falling, the fight for survival is far from over.
The storm formed and whether climate change might be playing a role in increasing the risk of such extreme weather events in regions previously thought to be safe from them.
花纹样看到没有？虽然说没有掉下来，但是全部爆了。我的个天，真的是不得了啊！武汉最近真的是太热了啊！没有想到把这个玻璃都给热碎了、热爆了啊！也不知道咋回事，反正刚刚听见咚的一声，并且我发现了一个现象，看到没有？我们这个阳台跟这个房间呐、看到没有？这个隔层这个门的话也爆了啊！这个玻璃也爆了。
Typhoon Podul, known internationally as Yanglu, was born in the sweltering heat of the Western Pacific. Fed by ocean waters topping 86 degrees Fahrenheit, it strengthened quickly, its spiral arms tightening into a churning wall of wind and rain. By August 13th, Podul set its sights on Taiwan. With sustained winds of 118 miles per hour and gusts even stronger, it slammed into the island's southern coast, toppling power lines, flooding streets and leaving more than 143 people injured. But the storm didn't die in the mountains of Taiwan. Instead, it gathered fresh strength over the warm Taiwan Strait before charging toward mainland China, where millions braced for impact. Authorities issued the highest-level storm warnings. More than 15,000 residents were evacuated from Fujian and Guangdong provinces. Fishermen pulled their boats from the water knowing the sea would soon turn against them. It began as a swirl of clouds over warm ocean waters, but within days it became a monster, packing winds near 100 miles per hour and carrying enough rain to drown entire neighborhoods in hours. When Typhoon Podul made landfall, the ocean didn't just rise, it attacked. Coastal cities plunged into darkness. Entire neighborhoods swallowed whole. Podul didn't just hit. It tore through the heart of the coastline, leaving millions trapped in its path. This was the night the sky turned black and the ocean came ashore.